We may be live. I don't know. Third time's a charm, right?
No. Tap to retry. It showed up the last one that you put on. Finally. But I'm not seeing anything else.
It says we're live. I don't know what to do. Let me delete this one.
They all need to be deleted.
Well, I can't delete all of them until I can, until I get one going, because I got all that stuff saved in that one. We're not live.
No.
What is it doing? We are live. We're live. Yay, we're live. Okay. All right. You talk while I get us set up here.
I don't see it from my YouTube.
Okay. Well, somebody said we're live. 2 people said we're live. Yes, we are live.
Okay.
All right. Yay. We're going to get this started here. I'm sorry. 3 times I tried to get this going. I don't know what it's doing. Alex is not here tonight. We are not having a party. Okay, we're not having trouble getting this started because of what we have here. We're going to be making premium vanilla extract that will be aged and ready to give away by Christmas time. And you can make it much cheaper than you can buy it. And I'm sorry, it's going to take me just a minute. I got to do a few things here to get this set up.
We shared the link for the other live stream everywhere, so
yeah.
Now the link has to be changed.
What a mess. And Alex is not here, so we don't even have anybody to talk to y'all to answer your comments while I'm trying to get it to open on the computer.
Yeah. It's Alex's birthday. She's out of town now.
She's off celebrating her birthday and left us here. I mean, I don't know what makes her think she can take a day off. Left us here to deal with this mess. This is the 3rd time we tried to go live. We had one set up. It said you're live, and then it didn't do anything. It did not go live. And then I did another one, and it said you're live. Well, it just cut it off. It didn't go live, and it just cut it off. I didn't even cut it off. It just cut it off. And then, like I said, we did another one, and the second one, it didn't start. It said we were live, but we were not live. We were standing here talking to ourselves. And my computer's not working. It's acting like the buttons are stuck. Okay. I'll do the rest of it, like put the title on there. Well, let me get the title at least put on before I get off of here. So people who are joining us know what we're doing, so they don't think we're just on here having a frat party or something. Goodness. What in the world? I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, we never know what we're doing.
No, we don't. We don't ever know what we're doing, and I'm sorry. And I can't even see your comments right now because I can't get to that screen, and I'm trying. I think I'm back on the first one now. I am back on the first one. Okay, I'm coming so I can see your comments. Anyway, howdy folks, and welcome to the Hillbilly Kitchen. We appreciate you joining us for this mess very much, and we are going to get on with this. In the description that I had typed on the first one, I said, we're not throwing a party and forgot to send out invitations, and neither one of us is falling off the wagon. We're still going to have a Bible study tonight and all that stuff, but vanilla extract is an excellent Christmas gift for folks that you know, family, friends, office workers, people like that, people that you would really like to give something nice to, but you can't afford it. Maybe, I mean, like, there was a thing that went on with the vanilla orchids a few years ago, and it killed all the vanilla orchids. So vanilla extract, real vanilla extract, shot up extremely high. I don't even remember, it got up to like $50 for an 8-ounce bottle of real vanilla extract, which most people cannot afford. and even the little bitty bottles were going for like $20. I'm talking like the little 1 ounce bottles. It has come back down now a little bit, and it's, you know, $25 to $50, depending on what kind of beans it's made out of and how long it's aged and things like this. You need to let it sit at least 8 weeks. So if you're watching this later in the year, like we're doing it in July, if you're watching it later, it needs to sit for at least 8 weeks. So if you make it at the last minute to give it to people before Christmas, tell them to let it sit at least 8 weeks before they start using it, because it needs that long to, I don't know, extract to soak and get pull the flavor out of the beans.
There's oil in the vanilla beans,
Yes.
so the alcohol pulls the oil out.
Yes.
And you can, after you make the vanilla extract, you can take the beans out and you can still use the vanilla beans.
Yep.
But I found, mine has been aging, I think about a year, but
Watch
I
for free on the
found,
Hallmark Plus YouTube channel. Please take care of top.
I have a commercial.
I found a whole pound of vanilla beans at a discount store, Madagascar vanilla beans for $20, I think. So
Oh my gosh.
I went and I bought the cheapest glass bottle of vodka I could find, and I think it was about $20 or $25, and just put the beans in it. I had to dump some out because a pound of vanilla beans is quite a
That's
bit.
a lot.
So yeah, I think I filled up like a quart mason jar, and or maybe it was like a pint. But anyway, there was enough for this and another jar.
Yes, we're glad the computer finally cooperated too. I did not buy a glass bottle. I bought a plastic bottle, and so you probably paid $25 for that. This was $20, and I paid $30 for 50 vanilla beans. So we're gonna make like 10 half-pint jars, 10 8-ounce jars of vanilla with these 50 beans. And what I have in this, we're going to put 5 beans in each jar, which will make it plenty strong enough by Christmas time, because I also got 100 proof vodka. And the stronger the proof, the quicker it extracts the oils out of the vanilla beans. Not closed captioned. I don't know why it's not. That's something that YouTube does. But anyway, you need to use at least 80 proof. If you don't use 80 proof, it will, your beans will like rot before it pulls the oil out. And something else too, you can continue to add alcohol to this vanilla extract as you use it, and it will continue to extract the flavor from the beans for quite a while. And you can leave the beans, like Melinda's left the beans in hers. Well, you can't see them. Yeah, you can. If I turn it up this way and I hold it over here, you can see all the beans. Maybe I'm not going to. Maybe you can see all the beans in her vanilla.
Your arms are shaking.
Yeah, they're not. Anyway, you can see the beans in there. You can leave the beans in there forever, as long as you keep them covered with alcohol. If the alcohol drops down below the beans, they will start to rot. But the alcohol preserves the beans. And a lot of people worry about the alcohol content in vanilla extract. Don't drink it if you don't drink. I mean, if you don't drink the vanilla extract. If you're cooking with it, it totally cooks the alcohol off. If you're using it in no-bake desserts or in milkshakes or coffee or something like that, you're talking about a very small amount, usually less than 1/4 teaspoon. And less than 1/4 teaspoon of extract is not going to have any kind of intoxicating effects on anyone. It's less than in cough medicines and things like that. So you're not going to get drunk if you put a few drops of vanilla extract in an iced coffee or something. You don't need to worry about that. There's not really any other way to make real vanilla extract except using alcohol.
And if you don't know about the proof and the alcohol content, like 40 proof, it's 80 proof. 80 proof is 40% alcohol. So you just double the alcohol content, and that's the proof. So you need 40% alcohol, 80 proof at least.
Yeah. I don't know. This is 50% alcohol, and it's 100 proof. So anyway, and the cheap stuff works fine. So what you will have in this, if you are giving it away, now you can get bigger packs of vanilla beans and save a little bit of money per jar if you've got like 20 people you want to give this to. I'm going to have about, see, I said 5 beans. I'll make 10. It costs $30. So I have $3 in vanilla beans in each jar. I have $1 in these jars. Now you can get regular vanilla extract jars, but I thought these were kind of cute, and this is the Hillbilly Kitchen, and nothing's more hillbilly than a gift in a mason jar. Nothing's more country than a gift in a mason jar. You can decorate the jars really cute for Christmas, or if you wanted to even do it at Christmas time and then give it away at Easter, you could decorate them for Easter or whatever. It's a good gift for any holiday.
Well, and the Dollar General now, they sell Dolly Parton stuff, and some of the Dolly Parton mason jars, they have butterflies on them.
So you could go get a Dolly Parton mason jar.
And they're $1.
Yeah.
So all the Dolly Parton stuff there is cheap.
Okay, so you could do that too. We've got folks from Georgia. I'm sorry we don't have anybody on here answering these, and I'm looking over here as often as I can and still keep my train of thought.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix all the links. I posted the link for the last live stream that didn't work, so I'm trying to fix that all over the internet.
Okay, so recap real quick because we've had a lot more people joining us. You want at least 80 proof vodka. Now you can make this with any alcohol, but traditional vanilla, if you buy it in the store, what you are getting is Madagascar vanilla beans in vodka.
Well, any kind of vanilla beans. Really,
Well,
but
different
Madagascar
different vanilla beans have different flavors, and there are some vanilla beans that go really well with bourbon, but that gives you a whole different flavor to your vanilla extract. It's still vanilla, but it's different. That warm vanilla flavor, the vanilla flavor that I like, and if y'all watch this, you know I probably use that much vanilla extract in a year. I put it in everything. So
I don't drink, not anymore, and I got an airplane bottle of bourbon, and I was making a quart jar of vanilla, and I had put the airplane bottle of bourbon in it, and it smelled really good, which it all leaked out in the cabinet, so I didn't get to use it, but it smelled really good.
You want to let it sit, like I said, at least 2 months. It's considered a premium aged at 6 months. Really aged vanilla is at least 18 months old, and it will last. I mean, with 100 proof alcohol, it'll last for forever. So you don't need to worry about putting an expiration date on it. This is one of those things that never goes bad. Would figure, huh? I'm going to cut my beans in half the short way because you have to keep them down. And these smell so good. I checked the mail the other day, and these were in the mailbox, and like they were sealed up in this vacuum bag and in a plastic seal or a plastic mailer, bubble wrap mailer, and the smell of vanilla just came wafting out of the mailbox. I was like, I know what's in there. But, well, I guess I could have showed you what they look like before I cut them in half. But this is what they look like. And vanilla's beans grow on an orchid. This is an orchid seed. I think I said that already, or maybe I started talking about that and then I forgot. I said we're going to put 5 in our bottles. And I'm going to make sure Gabby's here. She's playing. I'm not sure what she's playing, but she's...
Wish you got some stickers.
Oh. Did you cut yours in half?
No, I didn't. I just put them in, but a whole pound.
Yeah, a whole
and
pound.
I had to get them in the alcohol. I thought the seal was broken because you could smell the vanilla, a discount
No,
store.
you can smell the vanilla.
Well, I could smell you can smell it through the bag.
Yeah, through the bag.
Okay.
I could smell it through the bag and through the mailer.
That's why I used all the vanilla at
strong.
once.
If you cut, you don't have to cut your beans. Obviously, Melinda did not. But if you cut the beans, it will extract quicker, and you will have flavorful vanilla quicker. And putting 5 in each jar, I probably won't make 10 full jars while we're on here, or maybe I'll work on it while Melinda's reading or something. And I do want to get both ends of the orchid seed in here. I don't remember what it was that happened to the orchid plants when vanilla beans went, or when vanilla went so high. but whatever it was, it destroyed the orchids that make these seeds, and it takes 10 years to make a vanilla seed, to get a vanilla bean off of a orchid plant. 2 more. And this is a lot. You don't really need this much, but because we want it super flavorful by Christmas, because we're giving it away, we're going to put enough in there to make sure it's nice and dark. Melinda's jar, you can see how dark her vanilla is. That's a clear jar. So, and her vodka was this color when she started.
Oh, it was dark as soon as I put them in.
Yeah.
There were so many vanilla beans.
Well, a pound.
I had to like cram
That
them
does
in.
not smell good.
I used a butter knife to get all the vanilla beans out in there because they were sticking up. There were so many.
Anyways, so then you pour 8 ounces of high proof alcohol in it. You can use vodka, you can use rum, or you can use bourbon or any other alcohol. I suppose if you want to get real hillbilly, you could get some of that Smoky Mountain moonshine stuff and even do it with that. You want to shake it, and then you want to shake it. Yeah, that's turning colors almost instantly too. About once a week while you're aging your vanilla, you want to pick it up and shake it, and that's kind of all there is to it.
Someone asked how many vanilla beans per ounce of alcohol, and I think about a bean per ounce, right?
Well, we're doing 5 beans for 8 ounces.
Okay, well.
So, but yeah, you could do a bean per ounce. That wouldn't be too much. And I don't really think you can get too many beans, obviously.
No.
Miss put a...
Mine is oily too at the top.
Yeah.
There's like vanilla oil.
And real aged vanilla extract, whoever you give it to, you want to remind them to shake it before they pour it out, because the real vanilla extract does have the oils and the seeds and all that stuff in it. But there's nothing to it other than waiting. I mean, once you get the beans in there, you just wait.
Oh, since too, I brought up the mason jars at the Dollar General, and it's a good Christmas gift. They also have Christmas mason jars that I've seen there, like small ones.
Oh, yeah, they do. I've got some Christmas mason jars, actually.
Well, not mason. You know,
but,
they're
yeah.
not quite as good as mason jars, but
Well, this
they'll
doesn't
work.
really need to be.
Yeah, you don't actually have to can it.
And you can get the, you can get the vanilla jars. You could use any glass jar. You could even buy just small bottles of vodka or bourbon or rum or whatever you wanted to use, and just put it right in the bottle like Melinda did. You know, you could go get the little bottles and add the vanilla beans to it.
Yeah,
and relabel it.
Gabby, I give her a lot of supplements that come in glass bottles with the dropper,
Yeah.
and it says on the bottle how many milliliters is in one dropper, you know, however many droppers, and you know, you can just convert the milliliters to teaspoons or tablespoons, and I clean those jars out really well, and then I put vanilla in them.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Yeah.
I got a big blob of vanilla oil there.
Yeah, see, that's why I didn't want to cut mine.
Well, what I read said it's better if you cut them. It works quicker. And I do want this nice and dark by Christmas because I'm going to give these away.
I'm hoarding mine. I planned on giving mine away, but
Look at my hands are all covered in vanilla.
Gabby can sell this when she grows up. It's going to be worth something then.
Oh my goodness, I'd say age that long it would be. You are not going to leave that long.
Well, I don't know. I haven't used any of it. The other stuff that I made that I was talking about that spilled in the cabinet, I made one recipe with it. And I was telling my husband how she used to make us vanilla syrup to put on pancakes when we were kids, like if we ran out of vanilla, or if we ran out of syrup. So I was making him vanilla syrup and told him how great it was going to be, but instead of sugar, I put citric acid in it. So it tasted terrible. I had to throw it all away, and, you know, that was the only time I used the vanilla.
Citric acid.
Oh yeah, I didn't know what I had done to it, but the sugar bag and the citric acid bag looked a lot alike, and I didn't read it. I was taking care of Gabby and making syrup.
Okay. We got closed captions still not working. I'm sorry. Hi, Linda. Thank you so much for answering the question about the beans per liquor. Somebody else said they missed the beans, so we're going to do it again. I cut my beans in half because you have to completely submerge your beans in your alcohol. And obviously, in this half pint mason jar, a full vanilla bean is not going to fit. You know, they are this long. So I cut them in half, and I'm using 5 beans per 8-ounce container. That's probably a lot, but like Melinda put a whole pound of vanilla beans in here. You want at least 1 bean, 1 bean for every 2 ounces. Also, I'm cutting my beans in half, but you do not have to cut your beans in half. She didn't cut her beans in half,
Well,
and this is black.
Too, you don't have to put nearly as many beans as I did. I
don't.
bought them. I found them really cheap, and I had to use the beans immediately. So I crammed them in the alcohol and didn't cut them or anything. And like a pound was how much I had.
That's nowhere near a pound.
Yeah,
that's a
this
few
is.
ounces.
Yeah, and that looks like quite a few, but
It was 50.
yeah, I don't.
It don't
There's
say
no
how many
weight.
it is. No, there's no weight. And I saw somewhere it was like somebody said an ounce per ounce of alcohol. Well, there's no way I'm using that many. I don't think.
I don't think I use that many because they're so, they're pretty.
That would be
light.
ready like the next day. But you know what? I do have a scale. We could see how many ounces we're using.
It looks like about maybe a quarter of what I had.
Let's see how much we're using. And this is what we're using too. I don't think there are any super hard and fast rules to how much you have to put in. I'm using less than half an ounce per 8 ounces. So that was like 0.4 ounces. So half an ounce per 8 ounces or close to it. And this is plenty. By Christmas time, this will be nice and dark. And Melinda said she had to use her beans immediately. Oh, I almost poured your vanilla in my... the alcohol preserves the beans. Now, she can use that and get another bottle of alcohol, get her another bottle of vodka, or she could even start adding some rum or bourbon to it to change the flavor. And as she uses it, she can add alcohol back in it as long as she keeps her beans completely submerged in the alcohol. It will last forever. Like I said, there's not an expiration date on this. You don't need to put an expiration date on it. You just need to make sure it sits long enough to be aged. And that's when you get that really full, mellow, creamy, warm vanilla flavor. And all you have to do to age it is once every week or two, shake it. That's it. Once every week or two. And then before you use it, shake it. Because she has like a big
yeah, that's
oil.
been shook up too.
Yeah.
It was shook up in the car and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Which mine smells really good. It smells good in here from those, but
So, we were talking about cost, and I got distracted. I get distracted a lot.
It smells like fancy vanilla.
Oh yeah, that does smell good. But these beans smell so good. I'd like to just eat them, but I know they're not good just eating them.
I was gonna make a joke about how you would eat them, like dip them in sugar. Or something.
Well, you actually can't do that. I made mine 24 months ago, started another bottle a year later, and now I have a bottle at 12 months. I'm starting another. Yeah, it is something you can keep starting, and like I said, you can keep adding, a little bit of alcohol to it as you use it. I mean, like I wouldn't, if I was using out of this, if I used a tablespoon after it was aged, I would add a tablespoon back in just to keep it strong. If I wanted to use it for something before it had, like I'm not going to let it sit there for 4 or 5 months before I use it again. But I would continue to add the alcohol a little bit at a time. Or you can just start some more.
Someone said that you can't do closed captions on a live, and I think that's probably true, but someone else said that you control it in the settings, and I think, yeah, I have turned it on in my settings.
Yeah, I think you can turn it in your settings. She said it's grayed out in her settings, though it won't turn on, which
Well,
means
because
it's
it's
something here.
alive. And I can ask Google, but someone else commented and said you can't do it on a live.
Somebody said our vanilla beans can buy their own vodka. I don't know. Does that mean you're drinking it, not giving it to them? I don't know. Hello in Scotland. Thank you for joining us. I don't understand that. I'm sure you already answered this question, but I just got online. Where do you get the vanilla beans? I ordered these off of Amazon, and I will put a link in. There's a lot of restaurant suppliers and a lot of, I'd say you can get them off of Walmart.com and stuff too, but I will put a link in the description of this when we get out, when we end this, so you can find them. And I got premium vanilla beans. Premium vanilla beans are a little better. They're going to give you a little bit better result. They cost a tiny bit more, but they are better. And you don't have to split them like I'm doing, because like I said, Melinda didn't split hers. She just dumped a ton of them in there. And all I'm doing, and I know you can't see this, I'll hold it over here closer. I'm just like scoring them to open up the inside of the vanilla bean so that the oil comes out, so that it extracts into the alcohol quicker. Ooh, there came another, like it keeps squirting out these big old blobs of the oil, which smells so good. I don't know why you can't just eat these. Just chew on them like beef jerky.
Oh, Maggie Brooks said that moonshine would probably make
Yeah,
it
that's
vanilla.
what I said. You could go get some moonshine. I don't know any moonshiners anymore.
Well, we
used to
live-
when I was a kid, but yeah, you can go to Sevierville and they have 50 moonshine stores over there at least. Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, they're just all
They've
full
got
of
all
them.
kinds of different moonshine
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. There's several in Knoxville now. Just about every town has one. All right. But that's, you just add the vanilla beans. I may do some without scoring them and see what the difference is. I mean, I got, still 5 months till Christmas? Oh, just spilled that.
Cindy Ann Adventures asked, so once you start using a jar, if you don't add back in, will the beans start to rot as the extract amount goes down? I would say
Yes.
if the beans are sticking out, you could cut them up more or take the beans out. I would cut them up more. As long as I could, I would cut up the beans and make them smaller, and then eventually take them out. And you can use them in recipes. You can grind them up or chop them tiny. But like if you put them in a food processor or something.
You can make vanilla paste and stuff out of them, but you can't leave the beans exposed. They will start to rot and it will spoil all of your vanilla extract. So once they're exposed, you have to cover them back up or take them out. And you can, before you give this away, you can take the beans out. But, I mean, I think it's kind of cool with it in there. And that way people know it is real vanilla extract. And, you do want to keep in mind that it does have alcohol in it. And I wouldn't give it to the kids and let them just dump however much they wanted in something. Because like when my kids were getting in the kitchen and cooking, they would pour half the bag of sugar or half the bottle of vanilla or half the whatever they were using, half the bottle of chocolate syrup in something. So, make sure you control it. But that's any vanilla extract, not homemade vanilla extract, because that's how it's made. It is extracted. Oh my goodness, there's another big glop of the oil. Make sure it is, you use it like extract.
But you loved it when we put a bunch of sugar and stuff. I remember making pancakes when I was a kid, and I didn't know how to make homemade pancakes without pancake mix. But I mixed some stuff together, and they made something, and she ate them. So they must have been pretty good.
Parents will eat anything their kids make. Charlotte, a couple years ago, made me a pasta dinner just for me. Grandparents will also eat what their grandchildren make. Can it be made without the alcohol? There is a process where you can use
I've never
glycerin
heard of
or
it.
something, but it's not actually vanilla extract. And I knew somebody was going to ask that, and I sort of kind of researched it. There's a very long process, but it doesn't actually make vanilla extract. So there's not really any way to make true vanilla extract without the alcohol.
Even if you buy it from a store, though,
It has,
it
yeah,
is
like,
alcohol. If you
I've
buy
got a bottle.
vanilla, you're not
So-
buying vanilla without alcohol.
Yeah, like here's a bottle of decent vanilla that I bought.
But it's not like you could drink it and get dry. Like, nobody wants to drink vanilla extract.
Well, where are the ingredients on here? I can't even say. I don't have my glasses on.
Vanilla bean extractives and water and alcohol.
Water and alcohol. So this doesn't have any water in it. So this was during the vanilla bean shortage. This went up to $35, and it's half water.
At least half water.
At least
I'd
half
say.
water. Yeah.
I mean, it does not
Now-
smell as strong as this. I've got vanilla extract and real vanilla.
When you give this to people, let them know that it is pure aged vanilla extract. So they're not going to need to use 3 or 4 teaspoons. Like if you watch me cook on here and I'm using this bottle, I'll dump it in there, which that bottle's empty. I don't know why it's still here.
You've been drinking the vanilla extract.
I have not, but I have a story about that. I'm going to share it. And then I'm going to let you read your Bible verse while I finish making this. Because I am, like I said, going to give some of it away.
Do you want?
But what was I talking about?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
I wasn't listening.
Golly. I'll definitely try this for Christmas. It is a really good homemade Christmas gift. And it's not something that people are going to have to find something to do with. They're going to use the vanilla extract, and when they're done with the vanilla extract, I mean, you know, a small mason jar, you can use it for just about anything. I did want to cover how much it costs, though. $30 for the beans. We're doing 10 of them, so that was $3 a piece for the beans, $1 for the jars, $4. This was $20, so that was $2. So what are we up to now? $6?
Yeah, I think so.
$6 for 8 ounces of premium aged vanilla extract that you made, that you for the next 5 months are going to shake once or twice a month. Well, do it at least twice a month, at least every other week, but once a week is better. Just, you know. And then, you know, you took care of it for that long and then you gave it away. So it's something you put a little love into. My cousin used to use gin. Yes, you can use gin. You can, like I said, you can use gin. You can use rum. You can use the vodka, bourbon. You could use moonshine.
So long as it's 80 proof.
Has
It
to be at least 80 proof.
Or 40%
Yes.
alcohol.
Giving food is a perfect gift for the holidays, especially with prices. Yes, especially with prices. You can make this $6, including the jar. Then you have a mason jar that you can use for the rest of your life, and that's the only thing they have to find something to do with is this little jar after they've used it. These are still at least $25, and it's half water. So a teaspoon of this will go twice as far as a teaspoon of the stuff that you buy. Thank you for the recipe. Sorry, one more question? Sure. Should I sanitize the jars? Just wash them, because 100 proof alcohol is going to sanitize them. that sanitize a shotgun wound. That's some pretty good stuff there. I mean, it's somebody laughing at me. So alcohol is used for sanitizing, and a lot of people who prep prep cheap alcohol like this, you know, because it's $20 for a big bottle, and they prep it because alcohol has a lot of uses other than getting drunk. Like making wonderful aged extract. It can be used for sanitizing stuff. So them jars are past sanitized. You don't need to worry about that. And I know some people that ought to be preserved years after they pass. I didn't say that. Okay. Sometimes you gotta laugh at stuff though. And I seriously do know some people that are going to be preserved for years because they have literally won't have anything organic left in their body. It's all been killed. Any other questions? It's true. Okay. All right. I'm going to let Melinda read the verses that she picked out to share with y'all. Yep, you can get a drink. And I'm going to keep working on this. And we'll talk a little bit. But this is, you know, try this. Try it for yourself, even if you don't want to give a lot away. But it's $6 a piece, office workers, teachers. You might want to deliver it, though, not...
Yeah. Well, we used to give all of our teachers fudge. She would make fudge, and we would take it to them.
Yeah.
But now nobody wants to eat homemade fudge.
Yeah.
You know, if it's vanilla and it's alcohol, then you know they might not be so afraid to eat it. But I don't think any teachers would eat fudge anymore.
Love the sense of humor. Well, you gotta laugh at life. I mean, you know, I think sometimes we take life way too seriously. And you were talking before you read that. I said I'd share a story about somebody drinking vanilla extract. It was probably 15 years ago. We were watching the news. That's when there was still some news on. And there was a lady who was arrested in the Walmart parking lot for DUI because she had gone in the Walmart and bought 8 2-ounce bottles of vanilla and drank them all in the parking lot and passed out with her keys in the ignition. So, if you decide to buy out Walmart's vanilla extract and drink it in your car, take your keys out of the ignition. Or if you decide to get into your homemade vanilla because you've had one of them days, don't do it with your keys in the ignition.
I don't know. I don't think it'd be good.
No, I don't think it would be good either, but I don't think that's good either. So, you know, I'm not going to guzzle that either. But you can get drunk from drinking it. Oh, hang on. We had another question. Why did the Hillbilly Kitchen lady get in trouble? They caught breaking eggs in the whipped cream. They caught her breaking eggs in the whipped cream. Okay, or no, they caught her beating the eggs and the whipped cream
And whipping the cream.
Oh, okay. Well,
You
I
need
can
your
see. I
glasses
do need my
on.
glasses. We got a question though. All right, I got caught beating the eggs and whipping the cream. I have done that a time or two. Once the extract is aged, can the extract be poured into another bottle and reuse the beans by pouring more vodka over them? I probably wouldn't totally start over after it was aged, but you can add to it. And I talked about this before if you just started. Like once Melinda uses this, because she's got a ton of beans in here, anytime before she gets to the top of her beans, she can add more alcohol in here and it will extract more out of the beans. But I probably would not take them out and then start new vanilla totally.
Where do you find the beans? You can get them on Walmart.com or Amazon.
I will put a link in here as soon as we finish this. Somebody said their customer didn't buy the vanilla extract. They stole it. And you know, that lady might have too. I don't remember. And that might have been why the police were called and they found her passed out in her car with the keys. But I do know she had like a stack of vanilla extract bottles in her car and had the keys in the ignition. If your keys are in the ignition, you will get a DUI. Where do you find the what?
The beans.
No, there's something else. Shoot, where do you find? That's not beans. What is it?
Which comment are you talking about?
What it is? What's the recipe? The recipe is it's right here.
That's.
So you can't use vanilla. Once your liquid gets below your beans, you need to get the beans out if you're not going to add any more liquid to it. Because once the beans are exposed to air, they will start to rot and it will spoil your vanilla extract. You can, as long as they're covered, you can leave them in there. But once they start to use it, let them know that they either need to add more alcohol or take the beans out. And if you're giving it to somebody that you know is not going to add more alcohol to it, like if I gave it to my mother-in-law, I know for a fact my mother-in-law is not going to go buy more liquor and add more liquor to it, and she would forget that I told her she needed to take the beans out. So I would take the beans out before I gave it to her, and just give her the extract. So, kind of keep that in mind. The recipe is for vanilla extract. That's what we're making is vanilla extract.
It's, what do you say, eight halves?
I'm using 5 beans, 5 whole beans. So
yeah,
10.
5 beans and
8 ounces of, yeah.
It's 40% alcohol at least, 40% or 80 proof. That's the same thing. So, but it has to be at least that alcohol content.
And the higher the proof of alcohol, the quicker your the quicker the extract will work. The quicker it will be usable as vanilla. Okay. Me not having my glasses is funnier than anything I've said trying to read these. I saw the beans at the grocery store in the spice section. Some grocery stores do carry them, especially big stores, but they are really expensive. For 50 beans, I paid $30 on Amazon. She found a whole pound in a discount store, which that's a find, you know. She found a whole pound for $20, and they were grade A beans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grade A Madagascar.
Yeah, that's.
We go to all kinds of vendors, malls, and stuff.
Yeah, that's incredible that she found them for that
We find
price.
everything dirt cheap.
And it was actually her husband, Mike, who found them. He pointed that out when we were talking about it a couple of weeks ago and gave them to her.
Yeah, well, everything I find, he'll find it after I find it, and then he says he found it, like if something's lost, so
Do not split
I
the
found
beans.
them.
Somebody says don't split the beans. Why don't split the beans? Do you split the beans? I cut them in half because you have to have them completely submerged, and they're too long to fit in these half-pint jars. But if you cut them, it extracts quicker. Melinda did not cut hers, and it obviously works because she had clear vodka.
Yeah, I didn't cut them at all, and there
Yeah.
were seeds floating around in it the first day.
So you can cut them or not cut them. And I said I was going to do some without cutting them just to compare them. So let me do the rest
I
of them.
think my vanilla beans were a lot bigger than yours too. Oh,
Yeah,
maybe
they
I did
do.
cut them in half. I cut them in half, but I didn't split them.
Okay.
But yeah, mine are.
Yeah, yours are long. Her vanilla beans. Well,
They were expensive vanilla beans, I think.
well, no, mine were, yeah, about that long.
I don't know. I think mine are.
Yours might be a little longer. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to do a few without cutting them, and we'll compare them. I'll mark them before I mix them up, or I'll try
It
to
could
remember
just
to
be
mark
they've
them.
sucked up the alcohol and they've swelled, but
And at some point, I'll post pictures. Like in a month, I'll post pictures so we can see if there's a difference in how dark the beans that weren't cut and the beans that were cut are. How about that? Okay. When they come from Madagascar and I cannot read that.
King Julian and the lemurs in charge of.
They'll
Of
be
course,
expensive.
it'll be expensive.
Okay. Maybe Amazon has them. I will post a link to the ones I got. They were pretty inexpensive, and they were grade A Madagascar beans. And the grade A beans are a little bit better. As soon as we get done, I'll get on there and I'll post that link. I'll find it and post it. It wouldn't have done me any good to post it earlier because we kept losing our live. Okay.
I can't see the last comment ever because there's a heart in the way on my phone.
No. Well, my computer keeps doing something and I can't see him. I have family down in a little place called Drip Rock, Kentucky. I know where Drip Rock, Kentucky is. So I get homemade gifts for Christmas quite a bit. I love making vanilla extract. Just got beans, okay, submerge them in vodka and set them in the pantry. Usually takes 6 months. Yes, 6 months is best. At least 6 months is best. But you can use it in 4, or no, actually I think you can use it in 8 weeks. This is going to make more than, must have had a few extra beans in there. Either that or I miscounted.
Probably miscounted.
Probably. Anyway, all right, so I got an extra jar of vanilla.
One of them's gonna have like 3 beans and another one 20.
I don't think so. I didn't miscount that bad, I don't think. I cut mine in half and split them. That's what I was doing for these. I cut them in half and I split them. The smell in here is so good. I'm going to lick my fingers in a minute. Okay. So I got 11 out of this stuff. Can you cut them and put them in? Yeah, Melinda put hers in the bottle. This giant bottle here. This is a half a gallon of an aged vanilla extract. So, yep, you can put them right down in the bottle. And that's something else you can do, too. You can just buy smaller bottles of alcohol instead of getting one big bottle and put the beans right in the bottles and peel the labels off and put your own homemade labels on them.
But I would get glass bottles. If it's at all possible, I would spring for the glass bottles because it's not going to taste as good. I can taste plastic in everything.
Well, the glass bottle is not going to break down. And I don't think I got enough vodka to make
plastic bottles, the alcohol does break it down.
I figured that would make 10. I don't think it's going to do 11. I think I'm going to be better off just to put the other few drops. Yep. Well, I'll divide these beans up here. Okay. Any more questions?
How many vanilla beans did you use? In the big bottle, I had to dump out a lot of the alcohol. I had to dump out like a quart of it. And I put a whole pound in here. I found a pound for $20 at a discount store, so you cannot find them that cheap anywhere else. But I had to use them all quick. I was afraid that the seal had broken because you could smell the vanilla beans through the seal. But she said you can smell it even if the seal isn't broken.
Yeah, you can. I opened my mailbox and it just came out and hit me in the face. And they were sealed up in the vacuum sealer, and they were also in a vacuum seal bag, and they were in a plastic bubble mailer. And as soon as I opened the mailbox, I could smell them. How many vanilla beans did you put in the bottle? In that bottle, she put a whole pound.
But I think I took some of the beans out, just enough for the quart jar, because I had to dump out, a pound of vanilla beans, that's a lot. So I had to pour out a lot of the alcohol.
This looks like about half a gallon. I don't know. It don't say how many ounces.
1.75 liters.
Okay, so it's a half a gallon. Yep, it's half gallon. And I got 11 things out of it. So 11 cups, 8-ounce bottles. One more thing. You do need to store this in a cabinet, in a pantry, somewhere to protect it from sunlight. You don't want sunlight getting on it because the sunlight will mess it up. And I was going to keep the ones separated that I didn't cut to see if there was any difference. Clean the vanilla off my knife in there. Add it to there. Okay.
Well, you wouldn't have to worry as much about air bubbles if you cut them. So I
Yeah.
did shake mine for a while to get all the air bubbles out. There were a lot of bubbles all in the bottle that I could see when I put them in.
Okay, should we do a quick recap on what you do or what we did? You want at least 80 proof alcohol. I used 100 proof. We put 5 vanilla beans in 8 ounces of alcohol. You want to let it age a minimum of 8 weeks. It's better if it's aged longer. Premium true aged vanilla is aged like 18 months. So if you made it now, it would be ready for next Christmas, not this Christmas. But by 6 months, it's considered aged vanilla, and Christmas is about 6 months away, not quite. You want to store it in a dark cabinet. I just said that. You want it airtight. Don't let sunlight hit it. And at least every other week, it's better every week, you want to shake it up. And that helps it. You can see here how much this is already starting to turn colors just in the few minutes. I used 100 proof, which will extract a little bit quicker, and I used 100 proof because we're getting closer, we're a little bit less than 6 months away from Christmas, so, and I've already mixed in one of the jars that I cut.
It's still probably going to be at least as strong as something you would get
Oh,
from the
yeah.
store.
But if you can see that, this was like one of the first ones, and this was the one I just mixed up. It is already turning brown. So, by Christmas, it will be ready to use. I will put a link to where you can get the vanilla beans as soon as we hang up. And I'll also put a link to some of the vanilla bottles because you can put the whole beans down in them. You want to keep the vanilla beans completely submerged in the alcohol. When you start using it, once you get down below that level where they are completely submerged, you either have to add more alcohol or take the vanilla beans out. They will rot once the air hits them, so you have to have them in the vanilla to keep them good. All right.
Someone asked if you can cut the beans up smaller so they lay
Yes.
in the bottom.
Yep,
Yeah.
you can. You can chop them up little bitty. When you give your vanilla extract out at Christmas, you take the beans out. Okay, that's up to you. Like I said, if I gave this to my mother-in-law, I know my mother-in-law is not going to go buy more alcohol, and she's not going to remember to take the beans out. So I'll take the beans out if I give it to her.
Yeah, because the beans will rot if
Yeah.
the alcohol gets below the top
so
of the bean.
if you're giving them to somebody that is no way, no how going to buy more alcohol to put in here and keep the beans covered, you could go ahead and take them out, especially if you think they might not remember to take them out. Otherwise, like these beans are pretty close to the top. So if they take out, an 1/8 of a cup, which is like 2 tablespoons, then their beans are going to be exposed and then their vanilla is going to be ruined. So you don't want them to end up with 2 tablespoons of vanilla when you gave them 8 ounces. So if it's somebody that's not going to remember to take them out for them. But I think it's kind of pretty to have them in there, and the people who will remember to take them out, I will definitely leave the beans in. And even at this, I'm going to have to check mine every time I shake them because I saw some of them were kind of like standing up and out of the, like this one right here is kind of floating. So if you just cut them in half, swirl them, and that makes them lay down. Yeah, this one right here got one out of the alcohol. Get down in there. I'm going to have to cut that one again. Something's going on with it. It's not laying down. It's extra long. Okay, so there's something to be aware of. And yeah, you could cut them, you could quarter them so that they lay down in the bottom of the jar. And that might even be a good idea if you're making it in mason jars. Yeah, you could use the little bottles. We talked about get the little airplane bottles, and you could make I think those are an ounce or 2. Like 2 ounces.
I don't remember anymore.
They're either 1 or 2 ounces, but yeah, you could do little bottles and give away little bottles and just cut your vanilla beans up and put them down in the little bottles. You sure could. Becky, can you say a prayer for me? I lost my mom on the 9th. Yes, I am so sorry for your loss, and we will keep you in your prayers, or we will keep you in our prayers. It's been a long day. We will keep you in our prayers, Teresa, and I am very sorry for your loss. If you all would join us in praying for Teresa, that the Lord comfort her while she's going through this time.
I think it would be a little cheaper to buy bottles and do the airplane bottles. It's been a while. I used to drink, and I knew all the prices of the alcohol, but I don't anymore. It seems like the airplane bottles were more expensive, though, by quite a bit.
Yeah, they are. I mean, like, this was like $20, and it did all this. So that's a lot of vanilla extract, and, you know, dividing it up. We got less than $6 in each one of these. So that's pretty good. And if you can give somebody a homemade gift for $6 that would cost you $25 to $50 to buy, that's pretty good. Okay, we're going to get on with some Bible study and stop talking about our 100 proof alcohol here.
And Red said he's been sober for 8 years now, so congratulations.
Congratulations, Red.
That is an accomplishment.
That is. Praise the Lord.
But
Melinda's been sober for what?
I didn't keep track. I was drunk one night. I prayed about it. I didn't remember the prayer for months. I didn't remember that I had said a prayer, but I woke up and didn't want to drink. And it was like a week later, and I had switched over to wine. I was drinking beer and liquor, like chasing the liquor with beer, and switched to wine because I don't know, it tastes better. Which now I don't like it, but anyway, it was like a week later, and the same box of wine was in my refrigerator, and I used to be able to drink like a whole box of wine in a day. Like, I would have to pace myself not to drink the whole box. So, anyway, yeah, I didn't keep track of it. It's been like 5 years maybe, but I don't know the day that I quit or anything. I know the day I quit nicotine. I quit cigarettes. It's been like 9 years maybe.
And all of you who are praying for your children, and actually we got a letter over here from a lady who asked for prayers for her child. And before I lose the comment, because I don't have Alex here, Miss Kathy wants us to pray for her husband. He is a Vietnam vet. He's already had cancer, and he has to go for some biopsies. So remember Kathy's prayers, and I hope I'm reading these names right. But those of you who are praying for your children, and Miss Nina sent a card, and she was asking for prayers for her children. Don't stop praying for your children, because, you know, if you look back at our lives, we all made mistakes, and God can change people. He can change lives. He can change situations. And Miss Nina, we will remember you in our prayers. And while I'm on the mail, Miss Elizabeth, thank you for your gift to help out in Mountain City. And Miss Ruth, if you didn't see the live streams that we did up there because they kept cutting out, Beth, Dwayne's wife, did tell me about the gift you sent to help pay for gravel. So thank you so very much for that. We will be using that next week because we're going to be needing some gravel. And a lot of people are saying congratulations on stopping smoking. And, you know, stopping drinking and stopping smoking and that kind of stuff, that is something that you cannot do without the Lord. I mean, you just can't. You might hold off that demon for a little while, but you're not going to stop it without God. You just aren't. My stepson, Brett's son, before we were married, I had asked y'all to pray for him before. And keep him in your prayers too.
Oh, yeah, he's bad drunk.
He called right before we started this, and he was drunk, so drunk it was hard to understand him. And he keeps telling me that he can't quit drinking because you'll die if you quit drinking.
No.
That's a lie. You will not die if you quit drinking. I don't care how much you drink.
Our dad quit drinking I quit drinking cold turkey. Our dad quit drinking cold turkey. But yeah, it runs in the family.
That is a lie straight from Satan. You are not going to die if you quit drinking.
Our dad, after he passed away, my half brother, he pulled up. He was coming to. I'm not sure why he was coming here. He's never wanted to talk to any of us, but he was so drunk by the time he got here, he almost ran into the neighbor's house with his car.
He did run in the neighbor's house with his car.
I thought it was almost.
No, he did. Sharon says deliverance is from the Lord. Yes, whom the Lord sets free is free indeed, and that's the only way you are going to do it. But it ain't going to kill you. I don't care what lie you have been told. It's not going to kill you. Anyway, let's read our
Yeah,
Bible verse.
I
We're
quit
preaching on it
smoking
now.
or vaping. Vaping, I fasted and prayed a lot. But yeah, the alcohol, I didn't try to quit it. And red, I feel ya. I was a whiskey drinker too before wine, but wine, I was more functional on it. So in my mind, it wasn't as bad.
Bless her heart. She used to come to like family cookouts and stuff, and she put it in a McDonald's teacup like I didn't know.
Well, no, it's not that you didn't know, but I would keep a box of wine in my trunk. And I was a drunk driver back then, but I would keep it in my trunk, and before I went anywhere, I would fill up the large McDonald's cup because they were foam back then. You couldn't see through them, but I would fill up the McDonald's cup, drink that, and then fill it up again, and then I could go on my adventures. So, but I was always drunk. I didn't eat. I never ate anything. I just drank. And wine's, in my mind too, it was a lot healthier than liquor. You know, there's vitamins in wine, made out of fruit.
No, you can't fool your mama. Your mama knows and the Lord knows.
Well,
Whatever
I know
doing.
you knew. I was just trying to fool the cops.
Oh my gosh.
But
Anyway, read your Bible.
well, I never got in a wreck, thank God.
Yes, thank
I
God.
do
for
think-
sure.
And when I was drunk driving, when I got behind the wheel, it was like I was completely sober. So that, I think God was protecting me because there's no way I should have been driving straight.
Yeah, well, I think there's a lot of people who think that and they end up in bad accidents, and you are truly blessed that you did not.
I know I am. I
Okay,
mean,
as long as you know it.
No, I know it. I mean, I haven't, like, I can drink, I don't like it anymore. Like, I have had a drink, but it's not the same thing anymore as it used to be. So, anyway, I've not been drunk since then. It's been 5 or 6 years, I think.
Red said he quit cold turkey and went through the withdrawal. Yeah, and I told my stepson, I said, you're going to wish you were dead, but it will not kill you.
Yeah. Oh, the nicotine for me. I didn't have withdrawal with alcohol. I did when I tried to quit on my own. I would get the withdrawals and then I would start drinking again. But when I quit, I didn't think about it. It wasn't something I did. I prayed about it and I just never wanted to drink again. But nicotine, I had, like I was sweating and anxious and all that, the stomach ache and...
Okay, we've got 2 Corinthians 5:17. Any person in Christ is a new creation, or is a new creature in Christ, and all things passed away, and all things are new, and that's true. He was raised in Christian school and raised in church, and he just doesn't believe it anymore.
Yeah. Well, and that, there's one of the verses that I'm going to read. It's part of why I quit. It was part of what I had said in the prayer, but, well, we'll get to it. But anyway,
Okay,
it was because of Gabby.
Real quick, we got more people here, so I'm going to condense it again. 8 ounces, 80 proof or better alcohol. I used vodka. You can use vodka, rum, bourbon, moonshine, gin, whatever, but it needs to be above 80 proof. Keep the vanilla beans covered with the alcohol. Store it in a dark place. Shake it once a week. Give it at least 8 weeks before you start using it. And once the vanilla beans are exposed, get them out or they will rot and ruin the rest of your vanilla. Okay, now you can read.
Okay.
Oh, and I used 5 beans per 8 ounce thing. I didn't say that. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. It's Psalm 103. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits, who forgiveth all thine iniquities, who healeth all thy diseases, who redeemeth thy life from destruction, who crowneth thee with loving kindness and tender mercies, who satisfieth thy mouth with good things, so that thy youth is renewed like the eagles. The Lord executeth righteousness and judgment for all that are oppressed. He made known his ways unto Moses, his acts unto the children of Israel. The Lord is merciful and gracious, slow to anger, and plenteous in mercy. He will not always chide, neither will he keep his anger forever. He hath not dealt with us after our sins, nor rewarded us according to our iniquities. For as the heaven is high above the earth, so great is his mercy toward them that fear him. As far as the east is from the west, so far hath he removed our transgressions from us. Like as a father pitieth his children, so the Lord pitieth them that fear him. For he knoweth our frame, he remembereth that we are dust. As for man, his days are as grass, as a flower of the field, so he flourisheth. For the wind passeth over it, and it is gone, and the place thereof shall know it no more. But the mercy of the Lord is from everlasting to everlasting upon them that fear him, and his righteousness unto children's children, to such as keep his covenant, and to those that remember his commandments to do them. The Lord hath prepared his throne in the heavens, and his kingdom ruleth over all. Bless the Lord, ye his angels, that excel in strength, that do his commandments, hearkening unto the voice of his word. Bless the Lord, all ye his hosts, ye ministers of his, that do his pleasure. Bless the Lord, all his works, and all places of his dominion. Bless the Lord, O my soul. And that the children's children, that part, that's part of why I quit drinking. That was part of the prayer, because I had Gabby by the time I quit. So, and you know, it's not good to be a drunk when you have a baby. So
it's hard to parent when you're impaired.
yeah.
I mean, you kind of got to be on top of it all of the time.
Well, I was drunk one night and I didn't brush her teeth and she fell asleep. And I cried and cried and I was so drunk. I didn't remember it, but that's, part of the prayer that I had said, because I didn't want Gabby to grow up to be a drunk. My dad was a drunk, his dad was a drunk. We come from a long line.
And your dad quit drinking.
Yeah.
Your dad quit drinking before you were born.
Yeah.
I was pregnant with you.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you said
but
a prayer. She said a prayer, and he quit drinking cold turkey. And he did. Was he a Christian? You weren't.
I was not. And how long have you got here? We've been on here for over an hour. No, I was not a Christian. And in fact, I was a very good atheist and fighting it pretty hard and pretty much had nowhere left to turn. I had fought myself right into a corner and was totally without hope, and heard a TV preacher talking about hope, and I prayed with him, and I kind of continued to pray after the TV preacher went off the air, and he was just on because y'all were, well, you weren't, your sisters were watching a cartoon. I was pregnant with you about 4 months, I think, so I could probably figure the date pretty close in there, because I don't have any idea what the date was. But the TV preacher went off and the TV was still on, and I kind of continued to talk to God, and after that prayer, things started changing. Within 2 months, your daddy had quit drinking, and we had moved, and our life was totally changed. And God gave me hope, though, on that day. And on that day, things started changing. And he thought he was saved. He was raised in church. He knew God. But there's a lot of people who know God who aren't
I was a
saved.
false convert. I mean, I thought that I knew God.
She can have those.
Well, she's looking for the kind she likes. Take them
I
to
thought
Dad.
that was what she liked.
No.
Oh.
Take them to Dad.
Oh,
But yeah, I thought Jesus died for my sins, I'm good. And that's what a lot of people think. And no, you can't continue sinning just because Jesus died for you. If you continue sinning, you're probably not saved. Jesus said, if you love me, you'll keep my commands. And the Bible says, make your moderation be known unto all men.
So he was saved probably 3 years after that. How old were you when it was after he cut his foot off that he was?
I don't know. I remember being little bitty, and it was before we moved, and I was 4 when we moved, and you guys said that it was time
So
for me
it
to
was-
learn the Lord's Prayer, and I already knew it because I had been, we were going to Binghamtown at that point. Take him to Dad. Take him to Dad. But anyway, we were going to church when I was 4 or younger, I'm sure, but I don't know when it was that he got saved. And we're all works in progress. None of us are perfect.
It
but-
is the difference between knowledge in your head and God in your heart, and it has to be an internal change, not just. Somebody said it's not just an intellectual decision. It is very much a decision, but it has to be more than just a decision you make with your head. It has to be a decision in your heart too. I mean, if Christ is not in your heart, there's not really any change in you. And there is a change in you. A new creature is born, and that new creature is born when you have the Holy Spirit in your heart, and when Christ is in your heart, when you have been washed in his blood, when his sacrifice is for you, when you realize that what he did was for you.
Yeah, and like addiction, and I've said this before on here, but addiction, if you take it to the cross, it is so much easier. Like, I don't have to not be around alcohol or nicotine or anything. I'm fine with it now, but I've had this in my closet for a year at least, and I was making wine because I was drinking so much that I couldn't afford it. I couldn't afford to keep up my alcohol addiction. I was buying juice from the store and making hooch. And anyway, I bought the wine corker and everything, and I've got all these bottles of wine in my closet because I started to pour them out one day, but it smelled like really good wine. And I thought, well, for prepping, it would be good to have. So I have a closet full of wine, and I don't feel like going in and drinking all the wine. So it's not appealing to me, and I have had a glass of it, but it's not the same. Like, I drink it, and I kind of think, well, why am I drinking this? But I've probably had 2 glasses since I quit.
Red is talking about his struggle with alcohol. We've got somebody here that says lay it at the cross. Then there's Debbie on here that said she graduated from Bible college a year ago. She's come a long way from the drunk she was. And that's, somebody else graduated from a 12-step group at church. It's a relationship with Jesus, daily following him. It is a relationship, and it is a daily thing. It's not a one-time prayer or a one-time decision. Salvation is a daily walk with Christ. It really is. I prayed for my husband to quit drinking for 20 years. He went into the hospital for 2 days. When he came at home, he never drank again. The prayers answered. I prayed for my husband to quit drinking for years too, but I don't know who I was praying to. But when I started praying to the right person, he quit drinking. I just prayed, prayed without hope.
Well, I prayed.
And if you pray without hope, you probably aren't saved.
I prayed
it's
before
praying
it
with
actually
hope.
happened. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I prayed to quit drinking and everything, but it wasn't until I realized anything that separates you from God is a sin. So anything, anxiousness even, anything like that, if it separates you from God, it's a sin, and you have to take it to the cross. And it wasn't until I realized I could take it to the cross. Jesus died to release us from addiction too. It wasn't just, he.
Yeah. And when you are saved, when the Lord makes you whole, he's not just saving you, he's saving you from the demons that control you, not just from hell. When you are saved, God saves you from the demons that control you, whether it's anxiety, whether it's drugs, whether it's alcohol, whether it's depression,
Oh yeah.
whether it's nicotine, whatever it is. God will save you from the demons that control you if you lay it at the cross, like somebody just said. Give it to him, and he will take it from you. Whatever it is that's separating you from him, whatever it is that's controlling you, he'll take it from you.
Well, and I was drinking because of anxiety and depression, and when you quit, you get more anxious and more depressed. So if you quit for a while, you start drinking again. And I don't know, when I prayed about it, I still would get depressed some and anxious some, but eventually that went away. I'm not anxious or depressed now. Maybe a little bit on the lives, a little bit.
Yeah, this would make anybody a little bit anxious. I don't
Well,
even know
hopefully
how
not
many
after
people.
a while.
Yeah, oh, it will. I don't
But-
know. I would have to look and see how many people. Like if I look on the screen I'm on now, which is on the same screen that you see, it says like 174. But I
Yeah,
bet
it's dropped
you,
off. It started dropping off when I
No.
was talking about being a drunk.
no. If I pop over to analytics, it's 35,000 or 3,500, not 35, 3,500.
Oh, you wish it was 35.
Yeah, I wish it was 35,000. It would have been a few years ago, but it's
Well-
3,500. So there's a lot of people on here listening to this, which is wonderful, and I thank each and every one of you for being a part of it. I truly do. This is only possible because you are here. And we had somebody on here a little while ago. Sue asked for more recipes. We're putting up a recipe video every single week. Even while I'm in Mountain City working, we're putting up a recipe every week. Even though we're doing this, we're putting up a recipe every week. And a lot of people wanted just the details on the vanilla. I'm going to cut that out of this the way I did the milkshakes. I think it was. I did it that way. So I'm going to cut just the recipe out of here. So you won't have all of my rambling. You'll just have the details. And I'll leave in Wormel and the Red Psalms because,
Somebody
That's
said
not
they
bad.
don't believe in drinking or using it in food or anything, and that's fine. The Bible says if you perceive it to be a sin, it is a sin. For me,
that's what I said.
Yeah.
If I give this to my mother-in-law, I will take the vanilla beans out of it because my mother-in-law is not going to go buy alcohol no matter what she's using it for. She just is not. If you cook with it, though, it does not have alcohol in it. And I see somebody else on here, as long as you're responsible. And there's a lot of verses in the Bible about drinking. I don't think, which I really didn't even want to get into this. I don't think having a glass of wine is a sin. I really don't. And I don't
if
even
you
think.
perceive it to be, it
If
is.
you, yes.
Yeah.
But according to the Bible, I don't think it is. Being drunk is another story. We are
Yeah.
not supposed to be drunk. We are not supposed to be intoxicated. We are not
Keep a
supposed to lose
sober mind.
Yes. And that's
Well, and make your moderation be known unto all men. So you're not supposed to be sitting around drinking like a
Yes.
lush. And
yes.
it also says all things are clean, but not all
I
things
knew-
are expedient.
I knew
so.
we would get a lot of comments about that. Well, I was laughing so hard in the thumbnail they couldn't get a good picture. I mean, when you take a picture and you're, put God
Yeah, I
first
can't get her to
everywhere.
stop horse laughing.
And when you cook with wine, yes, the alcohol burns off. But Nikki, hey.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to touch alcohol, which
If
we're
you
not
did
supposed to.
No, if you don't want to touch it, don't touch it. I mean, I'm not going to tell you to do it if you feel that convicted by it. If you feel convicted by it, you have to live your convictions. I 100% am for that. You have to live your convictions.
And we're not supposed to make our brother stumble or anything. Like, for me, it's just a thing now. Like, I was a drunk. I'm not a drunk anymore. I know they say once you're drunk, you're always a drunk. I don't believe that.
No, I don't believe that either because
I think Jesus freed me from it. But
whom the Lord sets free is free. And that's, that is biblical. I do believe that Jesus drank alcohol. I do believe that he turned the water into wine at the wedding. I mean, I believe the Bible says that. And, but we're not supposed to be drunks.
yeah.
And like I said, I was laughing so hard when we were trying to take a picture of this that they couldn't get a good picture because I knew this was going to get a lot of comments and it was going to cause some people to even be uncomfortable and some people to question it.
Which, if we've made you uncomfortable, we're sorry.
That wasn't the intent.
Yeah, for me,
but I thought it was going to raise.
drunk.
Put God
It's-
first with my big bottle of
Yeah.
vodka, but
Well-
I do put God first. I'm making vanilla extract. I'm not making I don't know, what kind of drinks do you make with vodka?
I was a bartender and a drunk, and I don't even know anymore.
Yeah,
but
there is
like neither one of us are gonna sit around and drink after this. I don't know. I don't know the last time you had a drink or the last time I've seen you have a drink, but neither one of us drink.
Somebody said wine wasn't drank to get drunk, though. Well, it's in the story about the wedding. It sounds like the guests were getting
A little bit, yeah. They
a
said
little tipsy.
you saved the good wine for
last.
yeah,
Everybody's
you
already
gave us
drunk,
the
and you
cheap
gave us
wine
the
first.
good. Everybody's already drunk, and you're bringing out the good wine. Why would
Yeah.
you do that? But yeah, that's
Yeah, but again, like if you can't be around, which me, it's like I'm not tempted to drink it. It doesn't appeal
Yeah.
to me anymore.
Somebody
And if
said-
someone is, you shouldn't have it around them. But
As Debbie was drinking the town dry, a mean drunk. Yeah, Brett was a mean drunk too.
I was a ridiculous drunk. I would just do
Yeah.
stupid stuff all the time.
It was his first miracle. But anyway, like I said, if people feel convicted not to even touch alcohol, that's your conviction. Live your convictions.
And we're not trying to make
Nope,
anyone
I'm
stumble.
Nope,
It's just
not
a
in
recipe.
any way. If you feel like you're an alcoholic and you've gotten sober and you can't have this in your house to make vanilla extract, don't make vanilla extract
Yeah.
for people at Christmas. Just
Yeah.
don't do it.
But again, though, if you feel you're an alcoholic, you don't have to be an alcoholic. Take it to the cross.
Take it to the
and
cross.
Jesus will take it away. You won't ever have to
Yeah.
deal with it again. I mean, I don't think so anyway. In my experience, in 5 years and 5 or 6 years, I know that's not that long, but I haven't struggled with it since then.
Okay, the vanilla beans that we cut are definitely getting darker, and I couldn't even count the jars. I made 10 jars, not 11. I set a jar off to the side. So I didn't miscount my beans. I miscounted my dozen jars, not my 50 beans. Bunch of weirdos. I don't know who's a bunch of weirdos, but anyway,
Probably
we're
us,
a little
I don't
strange here. I don't know. We probably are.
Everybody's weird.
Oh, I know I'm weird. It's okay. Weird is good. God made us all unique. So, we've also had people ask for more details. I will cut just the recipe. I said that already. I'll cut just the recipe out. But for the people who are joining us late, really, really quick, better than 80 proof alcohol. I use vodka. You can use vodka, rum, gin, bourbon, moonshine. I use Madagascar vanilla beans. You can get vanilla beans from other places. I put 5 vanilla beans in a half pint,
We have
a cup.
We have a truck. Can you block them?
What is it?
Block.
Oh, what are they doing? I never stop. I don't know which one it is.
I mean, they're using like text talk, but they're cussing in their text talk.
Oh, is
Just
that
block
this
them.
one?
No. No.
Which one?
Up
Where? Oh,
there. Yeah, block them.
this one?
Yeah, I would just block them.
All right. I can't. All I can do is
Hide user.
Well, hang on. I'm
Well,
trying.
let me do it.
I'm trying. Now I've.
Hide user there.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Now she can comment all she wants to.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you should cuss even in your text talk,
No.
whether it makes me a weirdo or not.
Well, people can still view it. It says they can click on it.
Well,
I don't
maybe,
know.
I
And
don't know.
she is still commenting.
Is she?
Yeah. Huh.
No, it's not.
No one needs your negative comment. Okay, that's who we just blocked
Yeah, I
her,
don't know,
Debbie.
but-
I don't know what she's going on about. I couldn't even read it all.
It's a troll.
Okay.
I mean,
Anyway,
An
8
atheist,
ounces.
I would say.
8 ounces of the alcohol. 5 vanilla beans. I use Madagascar vanilla beans. You have to let it sit at least 4 weeks. If you split the beans down the center, it definitely gets dark quicker. Because, like, even in just the few minutes we've been on here, you can see a difference. These were not split, these were, and the ones that were split are already turning brown. So it extracts much quicker. It will not go bad unless you let the beans dry out. If they get air on them, they'll dry out. As long as they're in this 100 proof stuff, it's going to preserve them. The higher the proof, the quicker it will extract. You can leave the beans in. You can take the beans out. 6 months at least is, you want to let it sit at least 6 months, or let it sit at least 6 months if you can. Minimum 8 weeks. A year and a half is premium. And sit it in a dark place. Shake it once a week, at least every other week. Basic instructions. Yep, they're blocked. Okay. How much does the rum change the flavor? I don't know. But I know rum and vodka have a different flavor. Rum is more buttery, isn't it?
I don't even remember.
I don't know.
I just drink
I have
whatever
to read it, so I don't know. I mean, I have to like read the description.
Yeah.
I know vodka is normally used, but I think rum has a more buttery flavor, and I like buttery vanilla, you know, that real creamy flavor. So rum might be better. It might make far better vanilla.
Gin might too. Somebody mentioned using it, which I haven't had gin in 10 or 11 years, so I can't remember what any of it tastes like anymore, but
Yeah.
I remember thinking gin was delicious, so it might make really good vanilla.
Yep. Okay.
Rum
we love
was
you
my,
too, Debbie.
Rum was my drink of choice when I was drinking liquor, so
Oh.
maybe it would make good vanilla.
Well, it does go good with fruity things. I mean, like most fruity drinks have rum in them, so
Yeah.
it might make really good vanilla because you normally put it in fruity desserts if you,
Yeah.
you know, your vanilla extract. So rum might be far better.
I used to drink Bacardi 151, so maybe Bacardi 151, that would be really good in it.
Definitely.
It's expensive.
Congratulations to all of you who have taken it to the cross and laid it down and don't need it anymore.
And the ones who have just struggled with it. So I mean,
Yeah.
even if you've been fighting it this long, congratulations.
Yep.
Because even before I took it to the cross, I tried to quit. I prayed about it and everything, and I could not quit. I would quit for like a week.
Half and half vodka and rum might be good, especially if you're making a whole lot. Like I probably won't make more than these 10 jars to give away. And I'll give them away. Well, I won't give any to her. She don't need any good
I
grief.
need some of it.
No, you don't need
I
any
can't
of
drink this. I'm hoarding it.
You can't. No, don't drink that. You can't. You mean use it.
Well, I can't use. Yeah, I can't use this. We're talking about drinking it.
Yeah, somebody talks about. I heard bourbon is really good. I have never made it with bourbon.
Well, that's
I
what
don't know.
I put an airplane bottle in my quart jar, and it smelled really
Yeah.
good. I mean, I didn't use all bourbon, but somebody gave me an airplane bottle, and I didn't want to drink it. It didn't appeal to me anymore. So
Dave has already done one bourbon and one one rum and one vodka, and says they'll both be ready by Christmas. Well, Dave, let us know when they're ready and tell us how they came out. Debbie said rum makes it sweeter.
someone
Okay.
said it's more woody
Yeah.
tasting. I remember thinking bourbon was delicious too. So.
I
Which
don't know. I've never been much of
Well,
a drinker.
years
I did
ago,
a little bit.
I was going around and looking for a car, and everyone turned me down for a car because I was working at a pizza place, and this was back when I was a drunk, and I wasn't able to get a car, so I drank a fifth of wild turkey on the way home, and thought it was so good. Well, I'm not a drunk anymore, and I just went and got a car, and didn't get turned down for any loans or anything.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's so nice not
It's
having
amazing how your life comes together when you can.
yeah, when you do
yeah.
take things to the cross and you're not going around drinking a fifth of Bacardi or a fifth of wild turkey on the way home from the car lot.
I do have a cleaver, and I got I don't remember what these things are called, but you can actually skin animals with these, and a butcher knife. I got all kind of knives on my fridge. This one was a Christmas present. I haven't even used it, I don't think. It has 20 I like having Melinda here too.
And our name is really close. I used to like the name Melina better than Melinda.
Yeah, that's what it is, Red. It's I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's what it is. It was a Christmas gift I got this for Christmas, gosh, like 8 or 9 years ago. This was this year. When I first started doing videos, I don't know if you, yeah, this one, they sent it to me to review it, and I gave one away.
Someone said the rum makes it sweeter. Isn't it like, is it, no, I'm going to sound like an idiot. Is rum corn? Like, is that, what's it made out of?
I don't know.
I used to know.
One of them, isn't bourbon made out of apples? So it would have a lot more flavor. I don't know. Anyway, I will cut just the recipe out and put that up so you don't have to listen to all this to get just the recipe. And we have been on here for a very long time. Took up your entire Saturday night. Gabby's had enough.
Sugar cane.
Oh, sugar cane. Mike
Oh.
said rum is made out of sugar cane.
Yeah, you can help us out here. Since you're not on here, you can. Okay, so what is bourbon made out of? Is it apples?
Bourbon.
Yeah, I thought it was like apples or something.
Bourbon is the same as whiskey. It's just made in
Yeah,
Kentucky.
Yeah,
What's
but
in
what
there?
is it made out of? I thought it was like fruit.
I thought it was apples, but
Uh,
I don't know. We might sound dumb.
an inspiration.
It's made
Oh
of
gosh.
corn.
Thank
Oh, bourbon
Corn?
is corn.
Yeah.
Bourbon is corn?
Yeah.
Well, what is okay, rum is cane sugar, bourbon is corn. What is gin then?
What's
Gin. That's a flower, isn't it?
gin?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna let y'all go. We've taken up your whole Saturday. We're sitting here trying to figure out what different kinds of
Juniper
alcohol
berries.
berries.
Yeah, juniper berries.
Juniper berries. Okay. So I don't think juniper berries would be real sweet. Yeah, we do need a long time to talk. Gosh, we're gonna let y'all go though. Thank you so very much for joining us. Thank you for spending your entire Saturday evening with us. We've been on here over an hour and a half, close to 2 hours, I guess, making vanilla extract, which takes like 2 minutes. It's a really quick homemade Christmas gift. You just have to tend it a while, shake it once in a while and find a cabinet to store it in. And we will keep sharing God's word. We do put up recipe videos all the time. Please click the notification bell if you haven't so you don't miss them, because our views are way down compared to what they were. And folks are saying that they're having a hard time seeing us. Please share our videos. If you're looking for a specific video, we got up over 700. So type in like whatever you're looking for. If you're looking for corn pudding, type in corn pudding, the Hillbilly Kitchen, because that's probably the only way you're going to find our video. And we've got up all sorts of pies. We've got up all, any recipe you want for Christmas just about, we've probably got it up. And if you don't have it up, we'll get it up. It's made from corn, gin from pine, yeah. Okay.
I used to know all that stuff. I don't know it anymore.
But we're going to get off of here, like I said, let y'all enjoy your Saturday night. But thank you so much for being with us. Thank you for being a part of this. And until next time, remember to put God first, and whatever your burdens are, lay them at the cross and praise God for taking them. God bless you all. Good night. Well,